Primetime.
Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.,
I'm having nightmares right now.
Matt Hayes,
Big asses, big thighs, yeah.
and Leon Searcy.
Bed Bath & Beyond. Nothing says football like scented soap.
How you like me now?
And every single day, something's happening with your team right here in good old Duval. As the news came out last night, and it's been being talked about all morning long, and now into the noon hour with XL Primetime, Tyson Campbell dealt to the Cleveland Browns. I think most people would say, thank God for Cleveland, okay, because they are up there making deals left and right with this franchise. That's for sure. All right, so let's figure it out. I got to get the Corona call in and whether or not this is good news or bad news for this football team. I would think financially, Jimmy Gladstone's last night when he completed the deal did something like this. He might have. He might have.
May have.
That's the first Corona call inside the brand new
That's
1010
right.
XL.
Nice.
See, you say thanks to the
Studios.
Cleveland Browns. I say thanks to Jimmy Gladstone as well.
Jimmy Gladstone's getting it done.
Because he saw what we saw. You know, last week I kept saying he's not that good. He's not playing well. And then, of course, our folks on the text line, brought to you by our good friends at Lifetime Enclosures, were writing in and saying we were Gator homers and we hated the Dogs, and that's why we said Tyson Campbell couldn't play. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
He can't play, and they shipped him out.
Yeah, that is kind of funny when you hear it that way. And I think all of us glossed on Tyson Campbell during the offseason.
Because he looked good.
And he looked good. And we all said, hey, he's having his best camp. If he stays healthy, this could be this year that you've been looking for. But and this show has been very consistent. Dude did not have a pick since the contract. Okay, he had more deposits than passes defensed, and there's no getting away from it.
Yeah.
All around the ball, but never making a play.
Leon, if you were looking at the prototype corner, he's exactly what you want. He's 6'2", he's 210, he's got long arms, he runs a 4.3, he's 40. He can do whatever you want out there, and he doesn't make plays.
No, he doesn't. And I mean, he's been underwhelming. And you can't get paid that kind of money and be underwhelming. You've got to be stellar. And this team, this new staff, I guess they watched enough film to say that you know, his performance doesn't warrant the contract that he got, and it's time to move on from him.
Yeah,
and that's fine. You know, that's fine because, you know, we've got a guy coming in now, Newsome, who's in a contract year, who's motivated, who's on a good team, and hopefully he plays a lot better.
On a good defense.
Who goes from garbage to a 4-1 team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's another guy, and look, I'm not going to tell you I've watched every Greg Newsome play, but he has popped for me at times. I have seen him make plays, and it makes you go back to the draft talk that we all did. He came in the same year. Is he a guy that you would like to have had? You keep an eye on guys like that. But here are the numbers, and Daniel Griffiths does such a great job when he starts breaking stuff down like this, and you can find it on X. But metrics, I love when he says it, some metrics that would have been in tomorrow's article on Tyson Campbell. So he was about to write this puppy and talk about, maybe more than anything else, what Tyson wasn't doing. So Tyson had 39 targets, balls being thrown at him. That's tied for most in the NFL. Yards allowed, 314, sirs. That is second most in the National Football League. Completion percentage, passes thrown in his direction, better than 53%, nearly 54%. 8 passes defense, which is tied fifth. Allowed the longest pass in each of the Jaguars' last 4 games. And you guys, you can immediately think of the Nico catch, the T. Higgins catch. So the biggest completions were 50, 42, 31, and 34.
Well, let me tell you how that goes, because I've been in the offensive coordinator meeting rooms, and when they look at DBs that they figure they could go after, here's what they say. See that guy right there, Tyson Campbell? We're going at him all day long. You can't have that on your team, to be quite honest with you. No. That metrics that you just gave up with all the yardage and all that kind of stuff right there, that's an offensive coordinator's dream when he's in the meeting room, because I've seen them turn on the film. I've seen them point out guys and say, hey, we're going after this guy right here. Look at this, look at that. So it's unfortunate that he's that guy.
I mean, the play that Monteric Brown made against Mahomes when he came off coverage and knocked down that 100% would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great play.
You don't see that from Tyson Campbell, and you should. A guy with the physical ability that he has, he should be out there dominating, and he's just not. And I think at the end of the day, that's what James Gladstone and Liam Cohen and Tony Baselli saw. You got a guy who should be playing at the elite of his game, which is why he got that big contract.
Right.
And he's not. So let's get the contract off our books. Let's get a guy who may be hungry, and if he's not, who cares? In the second round, we'll pick up a corner in April.
Yeah, I look at it like I'm not going to continue down a path with somebody and pay them handsomely if I don't like what I'm seeing on the football field. And a lot of people say, hey, man, that's a big contract. You're going to be able to off some of that cash. They still want good players. Okay, you're not going to off cash if you're getting good play out of that guy. This was just not good enough. It wasn't a contract that they put in front of Tyson Campbell and he signed. And this is just renewing this roster, man.
Well, maybe this is something where, I mean, down the road, you get rid of this contract because you know somewhere down the road you might have to pay a Devin Lloyd. You might have to pay a Trayvon Walker in some capacity. So the guys who are actually showcasing their talents every Sunday, playing at maybe not an elite level, but playing at a very good level.
Right.
And you might want to just need to off that contract to where you could move and maneuver to make sure these guys are compensated when it's all said.
Yeah, and if worst comes to worst and he plays really well, which is not worst comes to worst, if it's best case scenario, he plays really well.
Right.
You franchise tag him. And you have him for another year. So I mean, there's a lot of options right now. Whereas if Campbell doesn't play well, you're strapped with that contract.
Yeah, and Ryan O'Halloran put it out on X as far as the number of games he's gone and plays he's taken snaps on without a pick, because you guys know I've been pointing out forever, the last pick was before the contract, and so you can't have that expensive line item on your salary cap counting against a guy that's not making those types of plays. Now, will Greg Newsome make those type of plays? Will he be locked up on Jackson Smith and Jigba this weekend? We're going to find out, because that's going to be the key. And maybe his style, his cornerback play. I did the Campbell and Joe podcast with Coach earlier today, and he broke it down beautifully. You can go to the our 1010XL Jaguars YouTube channel and check it out, or any of the other social channels. But man versus zone, they're playing more zone. That's exactly what Greg Newsome is probably more suited for, and can have his eyes on the quarterback and obviously do his job. And if they're good, they're going to go after him. But that type of guy is going to have to make those types of plays against their best receiver.
Not only that, at the end of the day, they're 4-1 with the liability of Tyson Campbell out there. So I mean, I don't know how much worse Greg Newsome can be. If he's the same guy, you're still in a situation where you're winning games with that same guy out there, that same kind of player.
Yeah.
So you're hoping he's a different guy. You're hoping he's motivated because he's on that last year and he's looking for a new deal. I mean, let's see what happens. I think it's a incredibly smart move is what it was.
I do love the text line. You guys jump in. 641-1010. Hit it. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Gents, it's time for the FBI to put a bolo out for Trent Baalke.
God.
Okay.
Wow.
Because seriously, what he has done, and I put it out on X, and you guys can definitely join in there on the social or on the text line, but you cannot get away from what right now this new leadership has done, and it's Jimmy Gladstone's right now that is winning the battle to try and get rid of all the stunk that was in the building. And he's not afraid to do it. Think of the guys these are free agents that he has shipped out. You've got Evan Ingram, who has 12 catches right now and a touchdown. Christian Kirk has 10 catches. He's gotten rid of Gabe. He's gotten rid of Duvernay, Darby, Savage, Sheriff. Draft picks he's dispatched. Campbell, Tank, Cisco, Fortner, Muma, Prince, Lacey, Jefferson, on and on and on.
Well, think about this, though.
On and on.
Really think about this, because they came in here, and the guys who responded to the new regime, the guys that started playing at their ceiling, Ezra Cleveland. You can go down the line with these guys, Devin Lloyd, right? You can even look at guys like Dewey Wingard. All these guys that are now playing at their height. Anton Harrison turned it around.
Yeah.
Walker Little's playing better now, right?
Yeah.
Tyson Campbell didn't. Tyson Campbell stayed or even regressed. So I think they looked at it like, look, these guys are buying in and they're elevating their game. This guy's the same guy he was or less.
I think that's a great way to put it. I really do, because when you start to add all that up, all these other guys have been challenged, okay?
And they've responded to it.
And even Trevor.
Devon Hamilton has responded. He's
Yeah.
playing really well right now.
And you can put Trevor in that pile, too.
Yeah, Brenton Strange is
Yeah.
playing fantastic before he got hurt.
All those guys that said, we need more out of you, more out of you, more
Yeah.
out of you.
Yeah, you can't be underwhelmed and get the bag. Listen, TC told me that. Listen, when you get the money, you can't be average anymore. You got to elevate your game. And we didn't see a trajectory when it came to Tyson Campbell. He was the same old guy when he got the money for the last 2 years. Like you said, he had 1 interception in 2 years. Can't do that, bro.
No.
You got to be a lot more effective.
Right.
All
All
right.
right.
Disrupting the
All right, so
pass.
that's kind of what we're doing today. We're talking about that. So you guys hit the text line 641-1010. Jump in the YouTube chat. We'd love for you to hang out with us today, all the way till 2 o'clock. Of course, you can hang out with 1010XL 92.5 FM all day long. We say thanks to Rebound Rehab. They bring you Thursday's show. A dozen locations across the First Coast as they just opened up a brand new one. So check them out. If you are dealing with an injury, you want to get that physical therapist and the full attention, you will get it from Rebound Rehabilitation. It is XL Primetime. Not only when we talk about Tyson Campbell being dealt, but what this team needs to be thinking about heading into this Seahawks game.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford.
Learn everything you need to know about the Jaguars on Duval Rundown. I'm Hayes Carlyon. Join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:04. You can find Duval Rundown on all the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
Frank Franzi here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coil Fencing. Coil has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coil has been installing fences since before Emery Bellard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coil Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. Coil Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
The doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists have resolved my hip and foot issues, and I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. This is Garrett Scantling, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is David Garrard. Following my knee surgeries and recovery, I'm continuing to feel great and would recommend Southeast Orthopedic to anyone who's experiencing orthopedic pain.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Jags fans, arrive on time. The smartest way to get to the bank on game day is the JTA's Game Day Express, sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. There are 5 pickup locations. Get your $10 pass on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit jtafla.com for details.
When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose Duck Duck Rooter, the area's most trusted service company. We're licensed, insured, and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations, septic tank pump outs, drain field installations, and full air conditioning service, we do it all. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the duck.
Hey, Hickett here. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on Prize Picks, man. It's good to be right. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash on any of our football teams this football season. Think about it, man. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. You know how to play it. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you cash in. Download the Prize Pick app today. Use code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code 1010XL, and you get $50 in lineup after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks, man. Have a lot of fun this football season. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
18 minutes after the noon hour, it is XL Primetime. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer. He was trying to gig Leroy Butler just a little bit yesterday. I did let Leroy know that you
I let him off the hook.
Yeah, you got the burner phone out. You were trying to text in while he was here having a good time. But
I had a 72-hour rule.
Yeah.
He passed it, so I let him slide.
So we got to start looking ahead at some of the big ball games because there are quite a few of them.
What about when it's a bye week, though? Like, doesn't that rule kind of go a little further?
You know what,
like
JJ? You know what? I didn't think about that. There should be an extension.
Yeah, you keep talking trash. All right, so we're having really kind of the drill down on the sum total of what Jimmy Gladstone's has done to this point. When you add in a big contract and a move from a guy that is an everyday starter, Tyson Campbell was an everyday starter, okay? He's been basically the guy that you've looked on one side of the field and said, that's our cornerback. And when healthy, that he's been out there. But this is a bold, big step, and it happens at a time when this team's rolling along, and you're thinking, wait a minute, are you going to be trading starter? Well, yeah, because they're not going to stop doing what they're doing in terms of this build. One of our texters, Tyson has all the physical attributes, and I think we'd all agree with that. He just couldn't stay healthy. He's number 2 corner at best. And I don't even necessarily think this is a health question.
Thing.
This is a performance review.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
He's just a guy, and he's one of the top 15, 20 corners in the league paid-wise.
Yeah.
He's just a guy is what he is at the end of the day. I mean, he has been hurt, so it is good that you're dealing a guy that has an injury history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's
just not that good.
Yeah. He went, I'm trying to think, he might have gone out for a couple plays. What was the game? And came back in and made a play early in the season. And so I always looked at him like, that dude is a put-together cat. He's a good player, when healthy, but he just did not make the big plays that you need. And what have we seen so far from this football team? They're tops in the NFL in takeaways with 14, and they're number 1 in interceptions with picks. And so that's 2 categories you would love to be at the top of the charts, and that's exactly what they are because they're doing work on that side. And that's without him making a play.
That's kind of my point. I mean, if Greg Newsome goes in there and he's the same as Tyson Campbell, you know, you're still 4-1 with Tyson Campbell. Remember that.
Yeah.
If he's better, you're even better off.
Let me at least point out he did punch the ball out that Devin Lloyd got his mitts on from Nico. So, and this was after he gave up the 50-yard touchdown, and then they got
got beat on that play too.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. 4 games, and Griffiths is the one who pointed this out. But we all know the T. Higgins play and the Nico Collins play, memorable in the worst way.
Yeah,
because he just got dogged on both of those plays, and then Griffiths said 2 more were the longest pass completions in the other games.
I mean, also,
him.
and Leon, you can speak to this too. Guys make plays. He's going to get beaten. Every corner gets beat. The problem is he's 3 and 4 yards off people half the time. Or when he's on it and he's on coverage and he's right there to make a play, he doesn't make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you play corner long enough, you're going to get beat. The problem with Tyson Campbell is wasn't enough splash plays. Wasn't enough plays to say that's a legit, because he's the type of guy where, I hate to say it, he looked good coming off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying?
He's all airport.
Yeah, he looks good coming off the bus, but unfortunately, he wasn't that guy.
Looks like Tarzan, plays like James.
Exactly. You cut
no offense to James.
That hurts.
You cut to the white meat. No, but you know what I'm saying? When you got that kind of build, that kind of physique, he's got all the attributes to be a hell of a corner. and he just comes up short, and that's unfortunate.
And here's another one, Ryan O'Howard, who we'll talk to tomorrow from the Florida Times Union, and he put it out there on X, and you guys can easily find it per league source. The Jaguars will take a $19.5 million dead cap hit in 2026 for trading him, but in 27-28, nearly $50 million of new cap space is available, and that's where Gladstone's is working his magic. That's where Harry Potter's just waving a wand saying, we're going to create more money, and let's make this the 10-10 take, because you can pair up that available cash with guys that are right now making plays.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Everybody's got to make a game plan when it comes to lunch or dinner. Include Sonny's in your game plan at least once a week. Drop on in, enjoy some delicious barbecue. If you're tailgating, you're having parties at home, make sure you check in with Sonny's as well for some great barbecue. So you can take a look at that money. $50 million in new cap space that's available. If things start to go the way this franchise hopes, they're going to have new contracts and they're going to make guys happy. What is the one rule that Leon always puts out there? Pay your own before you pay somebody from the outside to come in. Reward your guys. Devin Lloyd may get rewarded at the end of this year based on what he's done. Did not pick up the option, doesn't mean they can't give him a big fat contract to stick around. And he may think long and hard about it based on the way he's playing in this defense. So that type of money you want to put off to the side and know, hey, we're going to have something for you. And it could be Devin, it could be any of the other guys that are balling right now. That's the 10-10 take.
Well, I mean, this new regime has no loyalty to the guys that were drafted or were picked up with bulky. Mm-hmm. But a guy like Devin Lloyd seized the opportunity, because I'm sure their evaluation of him from last year was like, this is the type of guy we got to move, or we're not picking up his option. Yeah. But now he's been making splash plays all this season long. He's the type of guy that you want to keep around. You want to keep around, get up a long-term deal, or maybe franchise tag him.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're responsible for it. It's not. They're not doing it to you. You're doing it to yourself.
Right.
If you don't hold yourself accountable on the field, and you're not giving great effort, and you're not making plays for this organization, you got to go. Mm-hmm. What he did to Tyson Campbell is going to send shockwaves. Well, it's sending shockwaves into that locker room. Get it done or get it moving.
Yeah. Yes. That's it right there in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. Get it done or get moving. Because at the end of the day, you saw those 5 games. He was not playing well. We talked about it every single week. He's not playing well. He's not playing well. Every week we'd say that. We were saying it last year. He's not playing well. He's a guy that should be playing much better than he is, and he's not. Everybody else, and again, everybody else saw the new regime come in. They realized what the new law was. They followed the law. They reached their ceiling. Many guys. We already went over them. He didn't.
Yeah, and we can throw the Eric Armsteads into this conversation.
Of course you can.
Yeah, there have been at least a couple of free agents that they have been able to bring in that have stuck around and now are making plays because they didn't a year ago.
Think about this. Who on that offense or defense,
right,
other than Tyson Campbell, okay, has not increased their game?
Mm-hmm.
Is not playing better than they were last year.
Right. I guess I still have
Brian Thomas Jr.
I still have.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah,
that's not. It's not. I'll give you that right now. But he's also a guy that has shown it over and over last year.
Yeah, but there's like his was 14, 50, and 10 last year. So this was not maybe not that high, but 11, 50.
Right. But the point is, Tyson Campbell never had that type of season.
No,
never.
No. So BTJ is the only one that's probably a little less than what he was a year ago.
Yeah, right.
Because he was so spectacular as a rookie. But yeah, everyone else is either
he's earned some capital. You kind of give him a little benefit of the doubt, and then he'll turn it.
And hopefully he's figuring some things out. He made a couple of big plays here that you needed. Would have been great if he had his hands on that ball when the PI came up and you didn't have to worry about it. You were already in the end zone. But that would have given them a few more ticks if that had happened. But they got the first and goal and ultimately got the job done with the fall that they've been talking about. And it looks like the Prowler with Trevor Lawrence falling down, getting up, and then getting in the end zone. All right, so the Greg Newsome part of this, and going forward, we mentioned the Seahawks. This is a good football team that can throw the ball around, that Sammy Darnold is now in his 3rd or 4th different uniform. And he's had the rebirth last year under Kevin O'Connell. Now he goes up to Seattle. He's still dealing. He's still making stuff happen. Different offensive coordinator, different head coach, different team, all that stuff. And he's still doing it. This team going to have to figure him out Now, when he's come here before, he's seen Ghost when he was in a Jets uniform, and they took care of business. Last year, you go back and look at the stats, he basically went up and down the field between the 20s, but then made a mistake when he was close to the goal line.
I think he had 3 picks.
Yeah,
three
three
times.
picks.
Right.
By the way, 5th team for our boy Sam Darnold.
Okay.
5th.
Yeah. So, yeah, you think about that. And so this is an opportunity if they can slow down, because that team was, what was the final score of that game, 38-35? Yeah, they scored a bunch of points this past week, but they also had a bunch of points scored on them. And so you're going to see what this offense can do against that defense, and then obviously the guys that are going to have to neutralize what Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba and those guys are
I mean,
doing.
as far as I'm concerned, that Viking game last year was rock bottom for this franchise under Doug Peterson. They played a team that literally couldn't score and was giving them the game, and they wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I rock bottom. Okay, rock bottom. I might go to the Packers game, or excuse me, the Jets
The
game.
Lions, maybe, when
Well,
they
that
gave
one.
up a touchdown.
Right,
on
right,
every
but
drive.
they're
That
so
was so
outclassed.
close.
But they were so outclassed in that game.
True.
Yeah.
My point is, the Vikings came in there, a better team. They literally gave them the game, and the Jags wouldn't take it.
Yeah,
12-7.
yeah, it was nasty.
Classic.
It was so ugly.
A modern classic.
So ugly. And you go back and you look at the first Sunday in October last year, and in this case for the Jags, it was the first Monday because it was a Monday nighter. Last year, they won for the very first time in the season in October. They were 0-4, and then they got to 1-4. Now this team is 4-1. Flip the script. They only won twice. They didn't win any in September, twice in October, once in November, once in December. That was it.
Yuck.
Yeah, exactly. And so now this football team's doing it a different way. That's for sure. All right, we'll keep it rolling. 641-1010. How stoked are you when it comes to the idea that the Harry Potter down at the bank, a.k.a. Jimmy Gladstone's, is getting the job done, moving merch, getting someone else to pick up that contract, and bringing in new guys to see if they can keep it going on both sides of the ball. Let us know what you think. 641-1010. It is a Rebound Rehab Thursday right here on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, your lemon pepper guy, back in the game and fired up to be endorsing Wingstop. Man, I love those crispy, saucy wings. They hit just right. Wingstop's got the most mouth-watering flavors in town. And you know my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Big news. Wingstop just opened a brand new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleburg. At 17 locations across the First Coast. Slinging those hot, fresh wings daily. Whether you're craving classic, atomic, or lemon pepper, get there and taste the hype. Find your Wingstop today for lunch, dinner, and open late until 1 a.m.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right. Rest-A-Pros! A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time. Rest-A-Pros! Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestaProsAnyFlorida.com. That's RestaProsAnyFlorida.com. Rest-A-Pros!
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
Jacksonville is my hometown, and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Growing up in Jacksonville, I always associated Beards with an elevated experience, something that isn't your big box store.
Dr. Aryan Afshari talking about his experience at Beards Diamonds.
Every single time I've walked into Beards, I have felt confident. I have felt like I've been guided down the right path. I feel like no one is there to take my money and that they all have my best interest in mind.
When Dr. Afshari went into Beards Diamonds for his engagement ring, he was blown away by the selection.
We walked into Beards, they showed us a massive array of diamonds, of bands.
But they helped him narrow it down and even offered to customize a designer setting for a one-of-a-kind ring.
I showed them some inspirations and they really kind of knocked it out of the park. I think Megan still has the best ring out of all her friends.
Beards Diamonds. Unbeatable selection, direct importer prices, designer rings, no commission salespeople, and local owners.
I wanted something meaningful, and that's what I found at Beards.
Get the value and luxury experience you deserve. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Real easy to find them, a team of physical therapists that definitely can help you. In every one of them that we visited with, we would bring them on Breaking Bones, and they would give you a little bit of a physical therapy plan. They got apps for you where you go in, get your treatment, and then when you can kind of check off that you're done, you can go home and still have all those exercises on your app that you can work with. Make sure you check them out, reboundrehab.com. All right, so off the text line, we'll keep it going with a little more Tyson Campbell stuff and then work our way towards the college slate on Saturday because there's some big ones. Texter. Our Nooners, we love you, man. 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. This one says, love Tyson. But at Georgia, my biggest thing with him was that he was excellent sticking with his guy, but bad at locating the ball. That really hasn't changed. New regime, also gotten beat badly in just about every game so far this season, especially getting torched by Tet week 1, recovered late. Can't remember. If you have guys like that, you're just not going to be able to get to basically count on them to sew up the big play because he's been beaten by all these guys game to game to game. And so now you're going to look and see if a Greg Newsome can go on the other side of whoever it is. We were talking with Coach Campbell this morning. Jordan Lewis has been playing outside, and Tyson Campbell's been playing outside on early downs in base. And then he would go inside and play nickel. Now, based on I don't know exactly how they're going to set this bad boy up, but you're going to have Newsome on one side, maybe Jordan on the other side, maybe Jari and Jones, and then Jordan Lewis plays inside.
Maybe Buster.
Travis Hunter and Buster.
Maybe Buster goes out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, if a guy makes a play like that in a big game, in a big moment, that takes a touchdown off the board, don't you got to at least say, all right, let's see what you got, man? Yeah. Some guys are just better in games.
Yeah, and it's I love you start looking at these. Remember the Pearsall play. You remember the Thornton play Monday night, and the Texans reminding us of all these. Thornton had himself a night, okay? And he's another guy that just got plugged into that Andy Reid offense. And Pat Mahomes, we saw Pat Mahomes just stand back there with a load of time and just watch guys run their pattern and be open. And that one where Tyson got turned around, what was that, about the 10-yard line when Thornton came up with the easy catch?
Yes.
Come on. Can't have that, man. And if if you're in that locker room, you're noticing stuff like that. You're knowing those are the costly plays.
Yeah, you can't have that. And it's already been if I know coaches, it's already been a talking point in the meeting rooms. That you can't give up those kind of plays. And if the coaching staff is having to say it week after week after week, then it becomes annoying. Now it becomes a habit, and then you got to do something with it. You figure coaching and film wouldn't adjust it, then you just have to move on from it, and that's what the Jaguars did.
So let me ask you this, Leon, inside that locker room, if you're trading 5 games in the season, you're 4-1, and things look good, and you're not afraid to trade, he's probably the 4th highest paid player on the team. Is that right? 4th? Tyson?
He probably is right there with that contract.
If you're willing to pay
Trevor,
trade
Josh
a guy
Hines,
like
Allen, then there might be somebody there, and then Tyson might be third.
Tyson might be third, actually.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to trade a guy like that, who's one of the few guys from the leftovers that can, deal with the transition and help you transition into this new situation you're building, you're willing to trade a guy like that. If you're anyone in that roster, aren't you thinking, all right, if I don't start performing, if I don't reach my ceiling, I'm next.
Before you answer that, Leon,
Yeah,
and
go
you're
ahead.
taking us into the locker room, let me do this.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
That's JJ running the show
Yeah,
right
I know.
now.
You might as well fire up the
Producer
Barry White,
action
too,
right
I
there.
love it. Good segue, JJ. All right. So I'm going to take you to the locker room. I'm glad you brought up that question because my focal point was Tyson Campbell. Average ain't going to cut it. That's what this new regime is saying. And what they did with Tyson Campbell, they're basically telling you that you're going to be held accountable for the rest of the season. And you said it. All the guys that were from the old regime that we had question marks going into the season, they've amped it up.
Yeah, they have.
They've absolutely amped it up. Like you said, the Walker Littles, the Anton Harrises, the Hamilton, Eric Armstead,
Devin
all those
Lloyd.
guys, Devin Lloyd, all those guys, man. I mean, listen, I learned them animals from Tom Coughlin. Average ain't gonna cut it, bro.
Yeah.
We didn't pay you to play average, and Tyson Campbell has been underwhelming all season long. Even last year, like you say, he hasn't even had one interception since he got that deal. So that's the nature of the business. You get the bag. There comes expectations when you get the bag.
Didn't you tell TC you were playing average, and that's when you told
I
you that?
did. I mean, yeah, TC. We were 3-6 in 1996, and I saw a note on my desk. Please see Coach Coughlin. I went to go see him. He sat me down. He turned on the film, and he said, "Leon, that's you right there, right there." He's pointing out all the bad stuff, of course. He's pointing out all the bad stuff.
El
right?
sucker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he turned off the film. He looks at me across the desk and said, "Leon, how you think you're playing this year?" I said, "I mean, we're 3-6, Coach. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm playing great." I said, Coach, I'm playing average." He said, "You're damn right you're playing average. We didn't pay you to play average."
No way. And so, and you were put on notice. You had to
up the game.
Yeah, up the game. And so this is kind of the theme right now with what Jimmy Gladstone's is doing. Another of our texters to XL Primetime, 16 must continue to improve as well, as this regime will 100% move on after 2026 despite his salary. Everybody is on notice. Love it. I don't know whether they move on from him or not, but what you have seen from Trevor is right now Liam Cohen, Udinski, all the guys that are on the offensive side saying, push, push, push. A little bit more. That's good. Do more. That's good. We need more of that. That type of stuff. The fact that he took off and ran the other night, you'd have to go back and add up games to find that many decisions to run. And he ran for 16 yards, 14 yards, ran for the score. Those are, and tried to get him one other time on the boot. So he knows he's got to up his ante.
And threw 2 absolute dimes on the final drive of the season. I mean, of that game.
Yeah.
Dimes, both of them.
Yeah.
Like the second one to De'Ami Brown, maybe 2 other quarterbacks in the league can throw that ball the way he threw it. And, I mean, the drive again, I said this yesterday, the drive began with a sack, and it didn't affect him.
Yeah.
So I think, and I'm hopeful, and you know how I feel about hope. It is not a plan. But I think we might be seeing a turn from Trevor right now.
Yeah.
And I think if there's one game you can build on, it's Monday Night Football against the Chiefs, against Pat Mahomes, 2-minute drive to win the game, and you go down and do it in the most unthinkable of ways, throwing the ball, running the ball, the Bambi play, everything. That's got to turn it, man. It just does.
Yeah. And so I do believe that he now realizes a little extra, work a little harder. I've got the gifts, but now I need to really drill down on my game, make better decisions. I think they're in the tape room quite a bit now to make sure that he doesn't, or at least he lessens the mistakes, because this time the pick was not his. It was not a bad decision or a bad throw.
It was
from
pass
him.
interference.
It was, yeah, it was arrest on that side of the ball, battery on that side of the ball, and so yeah, we'll find out.
Leon, how important is confidence for a player?
It's everything. We're egotistical maniacs.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be. You got to be able to be on that field and say that I'm the baddest person on the field. We all are.
And confidence will.
Yeah, and confidence. Yeah, and there's another thing about it is when you see yourself doing good, like the film day, when you see yourself doing good, you want more of that. It becomes an addiction.
Mm-hmm. Can you see Trevor becoming the guy who's saying I'm the baddest mofo on that field?
I hope so. I really do. I really hope so. And beating Patrick Mahomes should help. Absolutely.
On Monday night.
On Monday Night
And the way he did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And even though that may not have been the main thing he was thinking about that night, it occurred to him, I've got a chance to beat Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
You better believe it. That's what competitors do.
Stack chips, baby.
All right, so this is according to AI, Bing, whoever it is, okay? LI, we've usually
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, all of them. So Jaguars,
whatever that was.
Jaguars' most expensive contracts. That was one of my stocks, and it just absolutely crumbled.
The Ask Jeeves was?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What was the other duck one? There was another duck one.
If I'd have gotten out, TLD always talks about that one. That was terrible. Most expensive contracts. Trevor, 5 years, $275. What do you call him, Leon? I-275. Josh Hines-Allen, 5 years, $141. Nick Foles, 4 years, $88. Tyson Campbell is next on the list if you are going back and including those from years past. 4 years, 76.5. And then there was the beautiful Boat with his 3-year 54 that he got.
So not only was he the third highest on the team, he was the fourth highest in the history of the franchise.
According to whatever this is that I'm looking at right now.
Mine's name right now? No. No, probably not.
No.
Good.
No, because look, hey, the amount of money that has been, the amount of money they're making now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now at the time, it was what? It was the richest.
Yeah, it was the richest. It was the highest.
Huge, nasty cash.
Thank you, JJ. No, it was the highest. I was the highest paid offensive lineman in history of the NFL.
Yeah.
For 1 year.
Wow.
Well, one day.
You might have been the highest paid player on the
one day.
One day, when Rolf came the next day and knocked me out.
Were you the highest paid player on the franchise at
that particular time? Yeah, I was. I was big. Yeah.
Yeah, they came in, they signed him to big bucks.
That's why TC wasn't having average.
Yeah. He wasn't having average at all. Absolutely not.
And it's so funny because after Big Sur's, and it was so smart what TC did, you weaken the enemy and strengthen yourself. And so inside the AFC Central at the time, I'm going to take one of Pittsburgh's away from them, and I'm going to add it to this roster. And he did it with a few other guys as well. All right, we'll keep it rolling. We promised some college ball. We will do it before the 1 o'clock hour is up. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Florida Gators football.
Gators!
The Gators bring swamp style to the Lone Star State.
Falls loose at the 38. Gators got it!
Florida, Texas A&M, Saturday at 7 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010 XL.
This right here, this is where it starts. With a little flame and a lot of love. When the air cools or the night falls, fire brings the warmth. But it's what we bring to the table that matters. Slow smoked barbecue. Stories that stretch long. Laughter that lingers. And moments that just feel full. That's why it's always Sonny's here.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal conditions.
We're a veteran and still 100% locally owned and operated HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, and general contracting company. Ideal Conditions has been BBB accredited with an A+ rating since 2008 with 4.9 out of 5 stars from over 1,000 reviews on Google.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 9th, 1996, 12-year-old Jeffrey Mayer reached over the Yankee Stadium wall to pull in a Derek Jeter home run in Game 1 of the ALCS. The Yankees would go on to win the World Series.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a slip and slide gone wrong?
Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Why go glass? It's clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Don't ghost your carpet this fall. Hicken here. Right now, you can get your entire home zero resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 plus a free haul for Halloween. Get it? There's something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month, take 50% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010 XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
You've got a circle of friends, right? Well, how about a circle of beer? All your favorites like Bud Light, Bud Heavy, Mick Ultra, or Natty Light. It's all there in the cold case at Circle K. Probably one right around the corner right now calling your name. Slide on in to a Circle K.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
The Golf Club of Southampton has big plans for 2026, renewing the greens plus plenty more. But right now's the time to take advantage of member opportunities before the big renovation. Now until the end of December, you can join and save $1,500 off their initiation fee, plus $500 back in a gift card with a 12-month commitment. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Playability for every skill level and a huge practice area to hone your game. Lock in now and enjoy membership privileges at the Golf Club of Southampton.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab, with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
All right, we got some big college ball that we got to get into as far as the games coming up starting tomorrow night. North versus South. It's North Texas, my mean green, against those USF Bulls. And the whole South Florida debate has raged on about them really not being in South Florida. And I know we got into that on XLP.
And are they the second best team in the state? People are asking.
That's a fair question. It's a fair question. They do have supremacy over one, even though one just beat Texas and clawed their way out of a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, fair question. And we mentioned what FSU has to do coming up on Saturday, high noon. Going up against
Refocus.
It's a big one, man.
The Fighting Narduzzi's.
Yeah.
Y'all might see the Gators again. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
When?
Somebody goes on a run, you might see him again.
If somebody.
We'll see him again in the stands watching us.
If Miami loses
play.
like 3 games, we might see him in the Gator Bowl.
Don't say that, bro.
I'm just saying.
Don't put that
That's
funk.
the only way.
That's mad with the funk. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it.
They can only afford to lose one more, not even, right?
Yeah.
To get in the
No,
playoffs?
yeah, they got to win out.
Okay.
Yeah, they can only be a 3-loss team to have any shot at all. And like I said, I almost put them in that Ole position just for fun, but no, I ain't doing that, not yet. All right, so this is a huge one now. Mizzou versus the Crimson Tide. Alabama under Kalen DeBoer, 10-0 at home. Okay, so at the very least, he makes them happy in T-Town. But he gets on the road, not so good. 3-5 away from Bryant-Denny Stadium since the start of last year when he came in and took over for the GOAT. So, Matt, this is a major one. Meanwhile, Missouri, they're knocking on that door saying, hey, look at us, look at us. We're one of the plums of the SEC, okay?
I mean, they haven't played anybody. Their biggest win's against Kansas, and it was a nice win. So, clearly, this is a line in the sand moment for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the way Bo Preville is playing. I mean, clearly now it looks like Penn State chose the wrong quarterback.
He was
right?
the transfer, right?
Yeah.
That left. It was the strangest thing in the middle of the college football playoff. The portal was open, and he transferred out.
He left because he didn't want every job to be closed by the time they finished the college football playoff.
Sucks the way it worked, but yeah.
Right. I mean, Ahmad Hardy's a really good running back, leads the SEC in rushing. I think he might even lead the nation in rushing.
Yeah.
So they can run the ball. Preville is very smart. You know, doesn't turn the ball. He's got 3 picks, but he's not really reckless with the ball. Could they win that game? Yeah. Missouri's defense is a lot better than people think, too.
Okay, so Simpson now.
I'm not saying they're going to because I think Alabama's really hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Missouri in that spot, 11 a.m. kick, you know, you never know.
Oh, yeah, especially after you grinded it out against Diego at the end of that game and ended up closing it out, making it an easy, convincing 2-score win. Ty Simpson, nearly 300 yards a game, almost 1,500 yards in 5 games.
Right now.
And he's thrown for 13 touchdowns. And so now you're going to put good on good with both of these offenses and just see what they can end up doing. And if Elia Drinkwitz pulls that one off, then the chatter will be, once again, hot on the heels of Kalen DeBoer. DeBoer has got a away from Tuscaloosa problem that he's got to figure out.
I mean, they can't go in there and lose that game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Missouri could get it to the fourth quarter, and you never know what happens in the fourth quarter. But if you're Alabama and the way you've played since that debacle in Tallahassee to begin the season, you can't go in there and lose that game. No. You can't. I mean, you've got a lot of momentum right now. And I know it's a difficult schedule. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but their schedule, it's brutal. Alabama's schedule, like beginning of the season, you didn't really think much about it. And now you look at it, listen to their games what they got coming up. At Missouri, Tennessee at home, at South Carolina, which if Lenore Sellers is healthy, that's a dangerous game.
Right. Got to be healthy, though.
LSU, Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, I didn't even know there was an Eastern Illinois. And then they finish at Auburn. That's not an easy road, man.
No.
There's some heavy lifting in that schedule.
Mm-hmm. And they got to make sure that they can respond, like I said, on the road, wherever they're at, whatever the environment is. Nick Saban was the master at saying, you know what? You haven't done anything. Whatever it is you just did this last week, forget about it. And even I'll applaud Trevor Lawrence, who said it earlier this week. We'll find the soundbite and play it. Because if you're still thinking about Monday Night Football, you ain't thinking about the right thing. And that was a really good thing to hear from Trevor. But Nick would always do that. He would basically say, clean slate. None of that matters. You got to get fired up for this next one.
But, Matt, they went between the hedges, bro, and won that game, bro, in Georgia.
I know they did.
And that's a hostile environment. You're trying to tell me Missouri's going to be even more hostile than that?
No. It'll be loud there, man. I'm telling you right now, it'll be loud. But I don't think Missouri's defense is as good as Georgia's. Mm-hmm. They're very similar, though, believe it or not. It's just a matter of what happens. I mean, you go on the road, you know this as a player. Funky things happen on the road, man. It's just what happens. And you get a short field here, a turnover there, and you get that game in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden everybody starts to press. I guess my point is I don't think Alabama can afford to allow them to stay in the game. Mm-hmm. They've got to go take it right to them immediately.
Well, here's my approach when it comes to going on the road, especially when you're in college. When you make it a fourth quarter game, the pressure's on the home team, not the away team. Absolutely.
And the one
unless the home team is an underdog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the home team wants to prove something right now, that they need to be in the conversation among the top of the SEC, and right now they're not.
Well, they've also Missouri's best win this year.
It's Kansas, but they've also, if you look at Missouri last year, they played 3 big games and got blown out in all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. So yes, they won 10 games, but they're also in a situation where they're kind of saying, all right, we have to prove to ourselves, who are we? Are we going to be a 9 or 10 win team that doesn't win any games of significance?
Right.
Or are we going to finally break through and win a game that means something?
Well, I mean, eventually you want to be at the head of the class. You don't want to be. And so far, Unless you beat the Georgias, Alabamas of the world, you're going to always sit in the back.
Will Florida fans change their mind about Drinkowicz if he wins this game?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they'll look at him
100%.
differently. Yeah, they'll start wearing Luke Skywalker stuff.
Well, wasn't he Darth Vader? No,
Yeah,
I don't even.
I mean,
he
they
was against Darth.
Okay.
They beat Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. Now, again, it was Ohio State without Kyle McCord.
Yeah, two years ago.
2 years ago. They still did. But if you look at last year, like their big games at Texas A&M, they lost by 31. At Alabama, they lost by 34.
Dang.
At South Carolina, they lost by 4. Those are their 3 losses. They were 10-3.
And it wasn't Bama of old last year.
No, it wasn't. And and there was really no game on there where you're like, oh, okay. Their best win was Vandy at home in overtime.
Right.
In overtime.
Yeah.
Now Vandy counts, man.
But I will say, I mean, it's
I hope
hard.
you're excited for that, UF fans.
It's hard. It's hard to ignore what he's done there, though. If you start stacking 10-win seasons, you're doing something right.
He's a good
especially
coach.
at Missouri.
He's a good coach.
He's
It's
a
not,
good coach,
not that one. All right, you got the Trevor soundbite. Let's play that coming up here in just a second, as we'll do the kind of back into the Jags. We got to get to Florida and A&M, Georgia, Auburn. A lot of good games that we'll be looking at with the Saturday slate coming up. It is XLP heading into the 1 o'clock hour. Thanks for hanging out with us.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
It's your lemon pepper guy, Leon Cersei here. My friends at Wingstop have the ultimate tailgate for you. Go to 1010XL.com to register to win a 100-piece wing party complete with fries, veggie sticks, and dips. That's 1010XL.com.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
Food that's good for you can taste good too. Flame Broiler has protein-packed bowls to fuel your day. Introducing their new chicken avocado salad bowl. Made with romaine lettuce, rice, cabbage salad, and topped with a delicious house sesame dressing. It's a bowl full of goodness. Eat in, take out, or catered. Flame Broiler is easy to enjoy. Come in Monday through Sunday for happy hour 2 to 5 p.m. for a chicken mini bowl and drink for $6.95 plus tax. 5 area Flame Broilers to serve you.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion. Are you nuts?
What?
641-1010.
It's crazy. Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z, the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Jacksonville, it's football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. If you need new tires, Big Chief has affordable options to fit every budget and every vehicle. Their team of experts will help you find the right tires and make sure they're installed quickly so you can get back on the road. But don't wait. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and explore their great tire deals. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rollin'.
Hume Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is JJ with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call on Hume Flowers, they'll do it all.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pest Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
Celebrating 30 years in Jack's Beach. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn is your go-to for cash on the spot. They buy gold. Huge sale on firearms all month. Save during Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday with no sales tax on firearms. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. The Jacksonville Jaguars will look for their 5th win of the year as they welcome in the Seattle Seahawks at Everbank Stadium. To secure tickets to the Jaguars versus Seahawks game, go to jaguars.com or call 904-633-2000. Right now, 79 degrees at 102. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
That's been a major story. Uh-oh, Schwarber gonna send one way out of here. How far will it fly? My goodness. Kyle Schwarber with a tape measure shot up on top of the pavilion and right. A 3-run fourth, and now Schwarber, a high towering fly ball. That one is deep. Hernandez will watch it fly. It's another bomb. Kyle Schwarber has done it again. And the Phillies have busted it wide open here in the 8th.
Oh, yeah, they did. Painful. You go from a 2-0 lead in a best of 5, and then you're down 2-1, and Philadelphia's got life, and Schwarber with a multi-home run game. Yamamoto, who looks so good in his first postseason start, not so much in this one. That home run, 455 feet. Yeah, it got out of there fast.
Did the Cubs trade him, or was it JJ, or was it free agency?
He dipped.
I think it was a free agent move. It's been a while. Let me look.
Yeah, because he dipped in performance, and it was just crazy how he's had this revival. We keep using that word with some of the Devin Lloyds and the ETNs of the world, but Schwarber's another great example of it.
They cut him.
Yeah, he is
non-tendered him.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, because he's just a monster up there in that Phillies lineup. And I want to say he is in some rare air in terms of postseason home runs. Pretty good stuff. But, yeah, he did tag my Dodgers last night, that's for sure. American Electrical, they can light up your world just like Schwarber lit up the scoreboard last night. Make sure you check them out when it comes to residential or commercial. They can handle anything, and they would love to soup up your digs at home or in a commercial setting. Make sure you check out American-Electrical.com. So we'll keep looking at it. The Yankees are out.
Thank God for that.
They are done.
Dave's not happy about that. Campo's not happy about that.
Yeah, Coach Camp, he's fired up.
So much for that memorable home run the other night, Judge.
Exactly.
He did his part. I think he hit like over 500 for the series. He was absolutely raking.
Yeah, they showed the average non-judge batters.
Yikes.
Like, what was it, 227? May even been less than that.
Yeah, I saw Volpe, who's like their hometown hero guy.
Yeah.
He was like 1 for 17 with like 15 strikes, something insanely bad. But yeah, besides Judge, they suck.
Yeah.
Now, I thought I heard his measurable. Is this cat 6'8", 275?
He is a big Frankenstein.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah.
I did not know he was that big, bro.
They showed they showed 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
Going back to
Altuve.
Jose Altuve.
He's got to be like 5'8".
5'8", and then Aaron Judge a full foot taller than him. and both of them were MVPs. You can
It's a crazy sport.
Yeah, you can come in different shapes and sizes, that's for sure. But my gosh, yeah,
Isn't
Aaron
he the-
Judge is a huge human being.
Wasn't
And
he
John
the
Carter,
fastest to hit 300 home runs in the history of the game?
He was joining some rare air.
He did something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The
he
fastest to do some kind of, maybe it was home runs and something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But it
Aaron
was something.
Judge, fastest player in Major League history. 955th game. So not by age, but by game.
Look at the guy who's not the baseball guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Pulls
was
one
good.
out,
You
huh?
saw a random thing on the bottom line.
No, I don't, because I don't even want to watch it at all.
You were watching like a UTEP game last night, and it was on the bottom.
Could have been
line.
that. Yes, yes. Could have been at the bottom of the Middle Tennessee and who else were they? Who were they? Missouri State game last night.
The start of 49 straight days. We have a Thursday night NFL game tonight.
Yeah, and that's a good
featuring
one
the
too.
Eagles. Is it a good one?
Well, I want to see what the Eagles look like.
Yeah.
That's number one because you
And Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart, yeah.
Yeah, and Dart at the very least has come in, and they didn't come out on top the other day, but still he looks like he's going to be a fun one to watch.
Listen, the star of that Giants team is Scatterboo.
Yeah.
Listen, I saw them when they played Kansas City. Was it Kansas City?
You
they
just
played?
love Scatterboo.
Man, I love Scatterboo. I love his toughness.
No, they beat the Chargers a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I just remember Scatterboo. I mean, he's trucking guys. He's running over guys. He's blocking guys.
And
I love Scatterboo.
remember, like this one thing we all wanted him. We had him in our draft a
We
bunch.
did.
Yeah, but he won him because he liked his game. You won him because of his name.
I love.
You literally just want to say his name.
Well, we were going to call it Scattaboo. Right.
See,
we
there
were
it
going to
is.
have
That's
so
pretty
much
good.
fun with it.
Yeah.
It's very good, but that's really the only reason you wanted him.
No. I loved him when he was wearing that Sun Devils uniform. They were fun to watch.
Yeah, they were. Let me give you his great numbers from last week against the Saints. 15 carries for 59 yards.
Yeah, not a lot, but the one thing that
That's
I
almost
will,
4 yards a carry, bro. That's hard to get in the NFL.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. The one thing that I will keep my eye on, I can't help it because we all kind of liked him, is that he and Bashal went right there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there, and they went for Bashal. And look, I like what I've seen from Tootin. I'm not going to take anything away
Except for
from
when he ran straight into that defender.
Yeah,
That was a crazy play the other night. I
Yeah.
feel like he had blockers set up to take it to the house.
True, you're right. That's a good one.
But
because,
he's been great.
Yeah, they'll throw that on tape and they'll say, "Hey, same thing we're talking about. Let's keep coaching him up. Do this, don't do that.
Don't get ahead of your skis.
Yeah, and he is low pad level. He's held onto the football, which is really good. He's helped with pass protection, all that type of stuff. But Scatterboo's kind of that marquee figure when he gets rolling.
Yeah.
That hulky looking guy.
Yeah,
carrying the
and
ball.
listen, that Giants 4-4 against KC when they play them, they get after it pretty good now.
Yeah.
We'll see now.
All right,
Divisional rivalry.
Yeah.
Let's. It should be good. At the very least, there's a little life back in the Giants with the quarterback change. And Rust, he's rusting. He don't care. He's still getting some money. He's still getting a deal. Let's hear Trevor Lawrence, because this was the soundbite that JJ pulled that we were talking about. That you need to put what you did in the rearview mirror and start focusing on what's in front of you. Because if you can stack together 2 wins at home, this team will now be 3-0 at home if they can win this football game. You know how long it took for them to win 3 football games at home last year? You don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of this league. Like, you got to be able to, move on quickly. So I've had experience with that over the past few years. And I'd say physically, obviously, playing a Monday night game, it is a quicker turnaround. You lose, almost 2 days. So it's just trying to take care of your bodies and get ready to go. Because, today's a Wednesday and we got to prepare for Seattle. And it's really less than 2 days after our game. So that is always a little bit of a challenge, but everyone has to do it. Everybody plays Monday night games. So it's just something that comes with the territory. And obviously, we got to get back as quick as possible and get a great week of preparation in for a really good Seattle team.
Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah.
That cut courtesy of Jaguars.com.
Yeah, it's 24-hour rule. You got to rehab, recover. At this particular point, do you know how the regimen or how install is in? So it's more the mental capacity, getting your body healed to play another game. So it'll be. I'll know a lot about this team by the way they play next week against Seattle.
This is why it's Trevor. It's we always would get pissed when they're losing, and we're like, he doesn't show any emotion, he doesn't show any fire. But that works in this scenario when they're winning and everybody's so high on them. He still keeps that even cool. Exactly.
Yeah.
Not too high, not too low.
There's we've been saying this now for a week or two. There's something about this team now, man. You look at the schedule and what could be. You could see this team getting flexed into games.
instead of flexed out
in December.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could easily see that.
Yeah.
So
They're
there's
dirty to me, and I kind of
thank
like
you,
it.
Hack. I agree with you.
They've been deflexed.
I mean, there's a lot of good that could be happening with this team if that game, that Trevor moment there, clicks something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the light is clicked, the flip is switched, and away he goes.
I think they go into that tape room, Leon, and you were talking about offensive meeting rooms earlier. I think he's going to like what he saw. And I also think he's going to be critical of the things he didn't do well. But he's going to like what he sees, and he's going to say, me, man in the mirror, I want to do more of that.
Yo, absolutely. I mean, he knows he can play a little bit better. But listen, the fact that he brought him back and won the game, I mean, that's a huge amount of confidence moving forward.
Right.
Because he was, in my mind, when I'm watching Trevor doing that last, he told himself, I'm not going to lose this game. We're going to win this game at all. With those throws that he made, those runs that he made, absolutely. Yeah, you get a vote of confidence like that. You beat a elite team, a brand like Kansas City. Moving forward, man, nobody else matters.
Look, he missed the throw against the Bengals, and the reality is Walker Little whiffed on that block, and that affected it, okay?
Yeah.
But he played really well against the Bengals, and they had a lot of drops. He played well against the Panthers. He played well against a desperate Texans team with a good defense.
Yeah.
So I think he's played a lot better this year. The numbers may not show it. He's not the same quarterback. He is not the same quarterback. I'm not saying he doesn't need to improve, because he does. I'm just saying he's building right now. He's stacking stuff right now, Leon. I don't think it's the levels you want to see stacked yet, but in his own development, he's stacking positive things over and over now.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's just do this real quick. The ukulele, please, because it's timely right now based on what we're talking about here. Oh, you can just sit back and listen to the ukulele all afternoon, especially with this rain falling. But let's go from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Oh, with a delicious Mexican lager or cerveza. Found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up. So,
I could just fall asleep to that music.
Oh, I could.
Keep it going,
I could.
JJ.
And with the rain. Isn't it cool that we get to see the rain?
Yeah,
It's
we do.
fantastic.
Yeah, we do. It's awesome.
What a difference.
You know, we're in a corner building, which is just cool.
It is.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, so we mentioned it. Okay, what have they done? You guys just kind of talked about the quality of wins that they've had, what they've been able to do. We mentioned that they were 0 for September last year, and they were 1-4 the first week of October. Now they're 4-1. It's just crazy. So they now have 3 wins at home and can go to 4-0 at home if they beat Seattle. When did their 3rd win at home come last year?
Last week of the season.
Did they even get one?
There you go. There's your answer.
Oh, they didn't get one.
Never. They never got a 3rd win at home. So let's just do closest to the pin, because they did not make it to 3. Closest to the pin. When did they get their 2nd win at home?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably the second to last against who was that? Like the Titans.
Okay, there you go. That's it.
Oh, wow.
So it was 2 days before New Year's Eve.
I
okay?
thought the Titans was last. I knew they won at home against the Titans.
2 days before New Year's Eve.
Damn, Doug Peterson really quit on this
Oh
team,
my
didn't he?
gosh. So there
And
you
vice
go.
versa. I mean, what a disaster.
That is a stinking mic drop.
quit on
All
each other, man. There's
Let's
no doubt
just
about that.
let's just say they beat the Chiefs Monday night. That's a much better mic drop. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Injuries on the playing field can affect a team's place in the standings.
It's part of the game, though, you know? Rehab.
Listen for the Farah and Farah injury update.
Jacksonville, the official personal injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars, on 1010XL.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Josie for Hard Rock Bet. Hail Marys, QB draws, corner fades, it doesn't matter. When you bet on touchdowns with Hard Rock Bet, every game day can turn into a big payday. Pick your favorite player to find the end zone in Week 6 now. Last week, one bettor turned a $20 3-leg first touchdown scorer parlay into a massive $12,000 win. Are you next? Download the Hard Rock Bet app now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
go!
It's more than 100 yards of grass. It's 100 years of tradition.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASE certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when the weather starts to shift a little bit, especially during the fall, you've got some really cool stuff from Honda Off-Road.
We do. It's the favorite time of the year for me. Nice little chill in the air. We've got some side-by-sides. We've got the ATVs. Of course, they're legendary dirt bikes. We've got it all.
And for the hunter?
Oh, we've got side-by-sides that work and play.
All right, so make sure you check it out. Showroom wide open for you on Atlantic near Regency. If you want to go off-road and have some fun, check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Hey, Jags fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
20 minutes after the 1 o'clock hour, XL Primetime, Rebound Rehab, bringing you today's show. Don't forget, now 12 locations across the First Coast. ReboundRehab.com, real easy to find. And they can give you all sorts of options when it comes to physical therapy. If you have an auto accident, sports injury, workers' comp case, whatever it might be, make sure you check them out, Rebound Rehab. So, will there be a rehabilitation project going on in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, within the next handful of weeks or by the time the season's is over? As we talk about all these great college football games, there's a lot of big ones that we still need to drill down on. But this Belly story up there in Chapel Hill is as bizarre as it comes. According to some, and Matt, you're all over it with your work at USA Today, UNC held, quote, exit strategy discussions Wednesday, according to a report. Belichick also discussed buyout options with the school, according to another. An insider wrote that he isn't a lock that he coaches the UNC's next game. Is this just a bunch of reporters trying to be first on this bad boy?
There's a lot of smoke there. There's a lot of smoke there. There's a report from WRAL in Raleigh.
Yeah, that's the guy we brought up yesterday.
That he's not talking to certain players. He doesn't talk to certain coaches.
His son doesn't talk to his players.
His son doesn't talk to his players. He doesn't talk to the Mac Brown players. There's dissension in the locker room. Players are upset. There's a lot going on there, and I think the whole aura of him and the Muse away from the field is it's so damaging to that program.
And the Muse is Jordan Hudson.
Yes, it's so, and we're not calling him Muse. He calls her the Muse. That's him saying that. Yeah. That's his term for her. It's so damaging to what they're trying to what he's trying to do, even building a program. It's all about her, and it's all about what they're doing. Think about this, okay? Bill Belichick, who hates the media, went on a media book tour this spring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think about that.
Upon her recommendation.
And then she said, no, we're cutting it off right now because I don't want to answer the question about how we met.
Amount of questions.
And Bill Belichick, who hates the media, initially agreed to a deal with Hard Knocks, and then that was cut off by her. And then initially agreed to a Hulu special, and that was cut off by the Muse.
Well, heck, I read you a little piece yesterday, and one of them, one of the people reporting on it, this is not Pat Welter from WRAL, but one of the other ones, I think from The Athletic, they said she's actually right now looking like the most sane of the bunch because it's just all haywire up there right now. And here's the other thing, Leon. They said, at least one that they're having to fight off right now, is that during a bye week, Belly just decided to take a few days off. Just kind of clear his mind.
He's an old guy.
Yeah, just kind of clear his mind. He's in his 70s. Go ahead and catch the early bird, that type of stuff. And have you ever been to an early bird and then you walk out and maybe another couple's walking in after 6 p.m. that is eligible for the early bird but shows up later because they think they can afford it. They can pay more for that. Maybe Belly was hitting the early bird. What do you think when you have a coach that takes days off during a bye week?
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but Belly's becoming a distraction. Mm-hmm. He absolutely is. Whatever he's doing as far as with the Muse or whatever he's not doing with the players, I mean, it's compromising the university. I mean, it's grabbing unnecessary attention, negative attention towards your university, and you hired him to be your coach. And if he's becoming an distraction, you need to orchestrate something where he's got to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if it's going to happen right away, but
I mean, he's doing this stuff. I mean, him and the Muse are doing this stuff, this unwarranted attention that they're getting to the university. They're both doing it. No one's making them do it. They're doing it by choice. So, I mean, if you're that president, if you're those alumni, if you're that organization in North Carolina, Belly's got to go. His rep as an NFL legend, as far as coaching goes, should not be influenced by your decision to get rid of him.
Well, it's funny because it's been asked, how will this tarnish his legacy? It won't necessarily tarnish his legacy because he's got the rings. You're really not ever going to be able to take that away from him. But what people are going to remember about him is good. It won't necessarily touch his legacy, but he's now becoming a little bit of a caricature of himself. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I think it is impacting his legacy a little bit. Because the more he loses and the more he dramatically loses, the more people start to think chicken or egg with Brady.
Mm-hmm. And that's that part. I guess you're right.
So you could easily say it's kind of starting to throw a little shade on what he's done professionally.
Yeah, I keep bringing up Spygate all the time because it's more and more obvious now that he had tricks up his sleeve that allowed him to come out on top more often than not, and what he's done on the college football field. And who knows if he had a stick-to-itness to him and said, you know what, this is embarrassing. We're going to keep looking for better players. We're going to get on the recruiting trail, all this kind of stuff. I don't know if he's going to do that.
What's sad is that my boy's on the coaching staff, Natron.
Oh, that's right. Natron is there.
What's sad is that Miami doesn't get to play them.
To guaranteed ACC win.
That's true. That's true.
Because Mac kind of played Miami really tough for a long time. So did Butch, obviously. So it would have been fun to get some get-back.
So this is a bye week for them. After losing to Clemson, they have to sit with that one for 2 weeks as a 38-10 loser. And then the next one they have is Cali, and they got to go out there. I don't know whether he's on the campus right now or not, whether he's taking the full week off, but that could be a crazy, crazy unfolding or unraveling, I should say, of this program if it keeps going down there.
And, bro, there's dissension in the locker room. You know that his authority is being mocked. I mean, because when he walks in that team meeting room, I bet you there's a lot of eye rolling going on.
Yeah.
They're not listening to what he's saying anymore. He's been tuned out.
Yeah, and that is the worst thing.
Man, I don't care how many rings you got in the NFL. You're being tuned out by 17, 18-year-old kids.
And everyone says, at least the thought was when they walked in, is that this guy's gonna command attention. And now they've tuned out on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is basically what's happening.
They've checked out on him.
Yeah. All right, a little Florida A&M. Let's throw it at you before we get into the next segment and get back to the Jags. Gators allowing fewer than 300 yards when you think about what they've been able to do, what they were able to do against the Texas Longhorns and Arch. Just 17 points per game. And USF, if you can believe this, the fighting South Florida Bulls, the fighting Brett Morgans and George Barries. USF was able to hit 60% of its passes against the secondary. That's the only one that's been able to do that. And so they've been able to bottle up these offenses, hold the Garrett Nussmeyers down, hold the Arches down. Carson, I have to go back and look and see what his completion percentage was. But they've been good. And are they going to be that good against Marcel Reed and company?
I think kind of lost in this whole, is Billy going to be fired or not? You know, what's going on with DJ Lagway? Oh, now look, they got a new toy in Dallas Wilson. Is the just phenomenal job that Rob Roberts has done with that defense. Phenomenal. Since midseason last year. And when
the question is will the next coach keep him?
Right. When they finally realized that Chris Farley was not cutting it,
right.
and it had to be Ron Roberts.
Rest in peace. So.
Yes. Yeah. He's just done a remarkable job with that defense. You look at those young guys they have playing on that team; they're all making impact. I mean, Miles Graham is a dude.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a player.
But you can go to the other guys too. The Castells, the Johnson. There's a lot of guys that are making plays.
Yeah, a lot of them, no doubt about it. But I'm shocked at how well they play and how smart they play. Because before he got there, you were like, this might be the worst defense I've ever seen in Florida. For his first 2.5 years, they were historically bad.
Yeah,
which kind of tells you just how in over his head Chris Farley was. Just so over his head.
Yeah, and he, when he was hired, when Austin Armstrong was hired, we call him affectionately Chris Farley, with a comedic defense. And
we love Chris Farley, so no offense to Chris Farley.
Yeah, exactly. But he was young, 28 years old, something like that. Had never been at that level before.
And I live in a van down by the river.
Which is where they
with that
dispatched
$1 million salary he wasn't.
Yeah. He was highly decorated.
He was living somewhere off Tower Road in a fancy house.
Yeah. Not even that far down. Are you kidding me?
Are there fancy houses in Gainesville?
Yeah. You just got to go a couple.
Just joking.
Yeah, you just got to go a couple.
See how angry you guys got.
Yeah, but Matt put him all the way out on Tower Road. There's no way he was moving into one of those. There are a bunch of streets if you.
Yeah, you say all the way out on Tower Road now. Yeah. It's not all the way out anymore, bro.
Probably not. But if you come out of the swamp and you're on University Ave, instead of going east, you go west. Every single street is a dead end, meaning it doesn't. You just have to turn around and come back out, and it's just nothing but these.
Not anymore.
High dollar. Oh no, that's the way it is now. Just nothing but the high dollar houses, the ones that the Orrs of the world live in, and maybe Austin for all I know. All right, so we'll get back into the game a little bit more. Auburn, Georgia. We got to get into that one, a few more, but we'll definitely turn it back to you, Jags. As the big news of the day is Tyson Campbell. Big news of last night. Tyson Campbell dealt by your Jaguars and Jimmy Gladstone, shipping him up to Cleveland and taking Greg Newsome on in the secondary.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play of Bishop Kenny football.
The Crusaders march to St. Augustine for a Friday night fight against the Falcons. Bishop Kenny Menendez at 7 on 92.5 FM.
Pick it here. Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus a free haul, and take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and take advantage of these huge savings.
Garrett Scantling here, and once again, thanks to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. My torn hip labrum issue is resolved thanks to Dr. Doward, and Dr. Acevedo keeps my feet healthy too. Training and competing, that's what it's all about for me. And Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has me in top condition.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Want a fresh and flavorful tailgate this season? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad perfect for lunch, parties, and your tailgate. Order 3 ways at one of 4 area locations. Call 1-833-MY-CHICK or online at chickcatering.com.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Here's a health and wellness tip from orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Here's a simple tip for shoulder health to improve your posture. Slouching can put extra stress on your shoulders, leading to pain and injury. Make sure your head is over your shoulders are relaxed and pulled back, and your spine is properly aligned, whether you're sitting or standing. If you sit for long periods of time, make sure to get up and take breaks and work on pulling your shoulders back. Get up and get moving, Jacks. And go Jags.
Stay healthy with orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Nothing like a hot shower. Wait, why is the water up to my ankles?
It's the dreaded clogged shower drain. Hair, soap scum, and last week's mystery goo.
It's touching my toes!
Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. We'll tackle plumbing, septic, and even the nastiest shower clogs. Call 904-862-6769 or visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
No one has time to get hurt, lost wages, injuries that not only hurt but hinder our success. If you're in this position due to the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. Hey, this is Tom McManus. Injuries suck, so check out Morgan & Morgan. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 lawyers with enough firepower to handle any and all personal injury cases. And they make filing a claim easy, and they don't get paid unless you do. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com or hit Pound Law from your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that this new regime ain't playing around, baby. Average ain't cutting it. If you ain't getting it done, you got to go. And that's in shockwaves in the locker room, absolutely. Guys like that, Tyson Campbells of the world, get the bag and don't perform.
Mm-hmm.
Got to move on. Got to move on.
Simple. All right, my takeaway is this is the moment right here, man. That was the moment Monday. That's where it's turning now for Trevor Lawrence. That game this is where it has to turn for him.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot come back and have a 14 of 32 for 179 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks against the Seahawks. He's got to come back with another smart, efficient game. The problem is, I think, with everybody, and we see you guys in the text line, man, and we hear you guys all the time. The problem is the generational tag that was placed on him, that we all placed on him because he was a generational type draft pick.
Right.
He hasn't hit that yet. So I think everybody immediately thinks, look, we're now this is now 5 years into this thing. We're not seeing that elite stuff. We see it once every blue moon, or once every 12 throws or 15 throws, and he's not who we think he is or what we were told he was. He's had 4 different coaches in 5 years, right?
Well, yeah. If you're talking about just the play
including
callers,
interims and all that, yeah. I mean, it's. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just telling you, man, that it's. And Leon could speak to this, especially that position. If you're at that position, you've got different people telling you different things in your ear year after year after year. And no, this is right. No, these mechanics are right. No, this is how you hold the ball. No, this is what we want you to do. No, we're going to use this offense. No, we're going to use this one. He just needs to get comfortable and confident. And Leon, I kind of saw a comfortable and confident guy in that game, even despite the turnover. The fumble at the goal line.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. But
I saw a guy that wasn't frazzled in the moment.
Yeah, I did too, but you got to cut the cord. Got to cut the cord with Trevor. Trevor's got to grow up.
No doubt.
He's absolutely.
No doubt.
He's got to take responsibility for his play, his poor play, and his accelerate when he plays well. So I mean, I'm not a Trevor enthusiast, or I'm not a Trevor. Basher.
You just want him to play to his potential.
I just want him to win us football games.
Well, I think what we can get
at
to
any cost.
I think we've all talked about this. we've all talked about.
What else?
Is he going to be responsible for wins or responsible for losses? Is he going to be the thing you point to as far as not getting the job done? Is he going to be the thing you point to as far as getting them home? And this last game got him home. And so, if not for Devin Lloyd and a 99-yard return, who knows what this game would have looked like. But defense served it up. Offense served it up. He served it up. And so now he's getting some credit. He's still getting criticized, but he's getting some credit as well. And it goes back to that simple fact that if Liam Cohen, Jimmy Gladstone's, Tony Baselli, this group is pushing all the right buttons and challenging the guys in the way that they respond, you can challenge guys all day long, get in their ear, and like we were talking about with Belichick earlier, they're just going to tune you out because it ain't working. It is working here. And so now you can press buttons and you can get more out of Anton Harrison, get more out of Walker Little, get more out of Robert Hainsey. Hainsey was a give-up-on guy in Tampa. And all these other guys that they've brought in collectively, putting it together, and you just start pushing them a little bit more. Trayvon, before he got hurt, having a pretty good start to the year. Josh Hines-Allen, pretty good start to the year. Armstead doing work inside. We mentioned Devon earlier. All those guys. And you can coach off of that.
Yeah, listen, I'm a proponent for those. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about. You do what's necessary to win on Sundays. In your preparedness throughout the week, your attention to details, your execution, all that kind of stuff.
I was looking at some of the numbers from Greg Newsome, and who knows whether or not he'll be able to come in and do a bunch, do more than what Tyson did. But I just feel like the way they're going to operate defensively, they think that guy matches what it is that they're asking their defenders to do, especially on the back end. And heck, I love the big quote that we got once the press release came out. And this doesn't happen very often. You guys both know this. They don't necessarily put a quote behind too much, especially when they release guys or trade guys. But in this case, they're definitely talking about what they think this guy brings to the table. Talking about Greg Newsome. This is Jimmy Gladstone's. He says, we're trying to win football games now, and Greg helps us do that as his skill set is strong for the defensive scheme, which basically is putting more vision on the quarterback, and that's the type of guy that he can be, a guy that can zone cover, keep his eyes on the quarterback, react well to it, and see if he can get the job done. I love what he's saying. He's basically giving you the reason why they're going from one guy who might have been better at man to another guy who's better at zone, and he fits the scheme.
It just makes sense. If you got a guy who's having more success at zone, you get a zone guy. I mean, Coach Campbell could talk more better on this one, right? So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense to me. A read and react guy who's reading the quarterback eyes and that can get breaks on the balls and get picks or knockdowns.
And the last part of the quote, Matt, last part of the quote, and Greg's ability to find the football.
I'm all for that. In the words of John McKay, I'm all for execution. I want to see it, okay?
Yeah. But
it's not like he was setting the world on fire with the Browns. Okay?
No, but you hear that part? Greg's ability to find the football.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay?
I get it, yes.
So he's saying that we need these guys because the Eric Murrays and the Jordan Lewises have come in and already patrolled and made plays, whereas Tyson hadn't picked anything off. And he had the most number of targets being thrown to his area as opposed to quarterbacks coming up and going, I'm staying away from that guy. So as for Newsome, if you take a look at it, 47 of 59 games that he started, 178 tackles, 3 interceptions, 37 passes defense. And as far as consistency, that's what they're looking for as the overall grade that plays are successful against him or he's knocking the ball down. Record-wise, Tyson Campbell has twice as many interceptions in his career. But Greg Newsome, at the very least, is on the ball, finding the ball, and not giving up the bigger plays, which Tyson has done.
Right. So, I think I look, and I see the guys in the text line asking, do you think he'll play Sunday?
Yeah.
Can he get, is it a quick enough turnaround? He starts play one Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Play one.
He's out there.
I just think it's as long as you don't get a downgrade from what you already have, and I don't think you can because you're 4-1 with that guy out there anyway.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't get that downgrade to where it's even worse, and I think they did enough due diligence on Newsome to know, hey, we're not gonna be worse at that spot with him than we would have been with Tyson. Yeah. They're not trading Tyson Campbell. Put it this way, they're not interrupting what they've got on the defense that's been very good. If they don't know they're going to upgrade by doing what they're doing.
Yeah, so
they're not just doing it just to cut the salary.
Yeah, just to wrap up this one thought here, and I go back to what Daniel Griffiths put out on X. You guys can find it. For Campbell, 39 targets, tied most in the NFL. 314 yards allowed, second most. Completion percentage, nearly 54%. So think of that. Think of those numbers. And right now, Newsome comes in with 26 targets for a receiver to his area. 26 targets. He's allowed 16 receptions for 230 yards. And here's the biggest part of it. No touchdowns. Whereas we've seen what Tyson Campbell has given up in the form of a 50. And how long was the T. Higgins play?
Yeah.
It was up there as well, 48, whatever it was. It was a big number, 42.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Tyson Campbell is the offensive coordinator's dream.
Yeah.
I don't want to pile on the kid, but I've been in those meeting rooms, like I said earlier, where they put on the film and they tell the receiving core, they tell the quarterback, we're going after this guy. Yeah. Look at this guy. Look at his break. Look how he cheats off the ball. All that kind of stuff. And I used to see Jimmy and Keenan and be like, yeah, coach, I got him. You know what I'm saying?
If he leads the NFL in targets, there's something to that.
There is a reason you throw to that area.
That part.
No question. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Football is a game of inches, and at Front Runners Tap House, every inch counts. Catch every big play on their massive 396-inch giant television. The ultimate game day experience is waiting for you at Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. We all make decisions every day, but with Prize Picks, being right can get you paid on America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Jalen Hurts, more or less than 229 passing yards. Puka Nacua, more or less than 79 receiving yards. It's just that simple, everybody. But here's the best part. Prize Picks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, where you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. And with Flex Play, you can double your money, even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play 5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play 5 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Guys, are you struggling with obesity and being overweight? Living with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, or heart disease? Encore Research is enrolling men 18 and older in a new paid clinical study. You'll receive study-related care at no cost and may get compensation for time and travel. No insurance required. Take an active step for your health and help advance medical science. See if you qualify at EncoreDocs.com or call 904-732-6669.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
This is Dylan Denmark with 1010XL, and Kuhn Flowers will do your holiday tree decorating, including all of your lights. Wow! So call on Kuhn Flowers today. They'll do it all this fall.
Hidden Hills Golf Club wants you to know that our fall twilight rates are here. Plenty of time to get your round in before sunset for just $35 on weekdays and $39 on weekends starting at 2 p.m. Visit hiddenhillsgc.com to book today.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Get ready. Week 6 of the NFL season is officially here. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are gearing up to go head-to-head with the Seattle Seahawks in our crucial catch game dedicated to the fight against cancer. Join us October 12th at Everbank Stadium as we raise awareness through early detection, risk reduction, and education. Lock in your tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Just excited about Greg. I think he's got a multiple skill set. Has done a good job. Watching him in crossover tape has done a good job over the years watching him. I think he's got really good man-to-man skills. I think he's done a good job in zone. Competitive at the point of attack. So really excited about him. I think he'll add a bunch to us.
Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Anthony Campanile talking about his new guy in the secondary, Greg Newsome, who leaves Cleveland, and he may say amen, and heads to Duval to be part of this 4-1 club. It's funny, we were watching whatever it was, Get Up this morning, and you got to love them. They spent more time talking about Cleveland and who whether or not Kevin Stefanski is going to actually name who the backup is at quarterback, and never really mentioned the steal at all. Didn't mention it. Talked specifically about whether Stefanski was going to name Shador as the backup quarterback. Just really comical. And then, of course, Flacco. What was the story yesterday? The way it was being reported, Matt, that the coach staff
didn't even know.
Yeah,
didn't even know they were trading him.
Yeah, so
Stefanski said they didn't even know. They just came in and told him.
He's out of here to the rival in Cincinnati. And if Cincinnati, who knows what's going to happen with them? But sending one to your in-state rival is crazy.
Well, listen, Flacco's, 41? Mm-hmm. At this point in his career, he don't want to play. He's just mad that they don't have enough talent to where he could just sit back and chill for the next year or two.
Right. He would probably like to play with a lot more weapons around him, helping him.
Yeah, but he's 41. Flacco just wants to hold a clipboard.
Yeah, but he had a couple of really good runs.
Well, last year they made the playoffs. 2 years ago, they made the playoffs.
Yeah. When he was their, I think their fourth starting quarterback. Then he went to Indy last season.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, and then popped back up with Cleveland, which is just crazy. So we'll see where it goes. But Newsom's going to be given an opportunity, and Campanile has proven in a short amount of time that they can game plan, they can diagnose, they can dial up some good looks defensively. And even though they didn't get to Mahomes, not nearly enough, they did do some things to confuse him. And obviously, the one play that Devin Lloyd made will be one of the ones that you're talking about for a long time.
You know who didn't get to Trevor Lawrence nearly enough? Chris Jones, especially on that last play when he was
on a.
He was loafing. This we're gonna call it what it was.
Loafing. He wasn't even walking, man.
All right, it was a stroll in the park.
So he addressed it.
He was under the stars.
He addressed it.
Yeah, what did he say?
Thursday at a press conference, and he said, "It's my job not to think. It's my job to finish. That's a teaching point for me. I can't think the play is over. It's a learning lesson. I thought it was over. Thought we had him down. I kind of stopped." Well, you stopped, okay?
Yeah.
Was about to celebrate and then realized that he wasn't down. The teaching lesson for me is don't stop.
You know, my wife always told me that was my job.
Yeah.
Not to think, just to finish.
Yeah. And don't stop like this guy right here.
You're not the only guy that's heard that. Okay?
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
The embedded and shredded never
Don't stop believing.
Yeah, never stops. He is a believer.
That's it.
I believe.
Yeah. He's Carline. We only see him once a week, but
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of like that old country
It's the
song.
best 2 minutes of my week.
We miss you, bro.
I miss you guys.
That old country song. My wife's been gone a week, but it only feels like 7 days to me. So
that's a country song I might listen to.
Yeah, exactly. But we only get you once a week. So, what did you think when you heard this news go down last night?
I thought it was a great trade. I mean, nothing against Tyson Campbell. He was a good, kid to work with. I always enjoyed interviewing him. He was always good with his time. But, it's certainly a better scheme fit for what they want to do in Greg Newsome. And it gives them some flexibility. They get out from under a bad contract. And now they have the flex, see what Newsome does. But you got to love the fact that Etienne and Lloyd have really brought it in a contract year. And my guess is they're hoping that Newsome will be the same way, that he's playing for a lot of money. So talented player, young player, and if it goes great, maybe he's a factor here for years to come. But if not, then he moves on. But you're getting a very hungry, motivated player. And so, I think it makes a lot of sense. And they basically moved 2 full rounds up with the pick swap because they're getting a Jets 6-rounder. So that's going to be basically an early 6th.
Yeah, as a
and they're giving away Philly's 7th.
Yeah.
Which that might not Mr. Irrelevant because those are always comp picks. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be maybe the last 10 picks of that draft. So, I think, a great move. And the biggest thing is you were paying a lot of money to a player that was pretty mediocre,
right?
And now you've moved off of that, and we'll see. So I'm excited, and they're not done. They will be very active, even moving beyond this.
For the trade deadline.
They're littered with 5th and 6th round picks.
Bringing a Hendrickson in, that's what you're saying right now.
I think something like that is certainly in the cards as it gets closer to the deadline. So there's like 8 teams right now at 1-4 or worse. So we'll see how many of those teams lose Sunday. But we're getting to the point now of the year. We're far enough in that if you've won 1 game by this point after Sunday, you're beyond week 6 and you've got 1 win. You need to be selling, So I would expect that this won't be the last move.
How about Jeffrey Simmons from a 1-win team?
I would love that. Now you don't normally see that within division, but Jeffrey Simmons on this team, then you really can start talking about how they match up against the elite of the elite.
Right. Shot.
I don't think we're really there yet. I get the Jaguars have tied for the best record in the NFL, but I don't really feel like yet they're like a Super Bowl threat. But let's wait and see what they do at the deadline, and then maybe that becomes a little more clearer. But we got a great Frangie show coming up. Greg McGarity will join us to talk college football, the executive director of the Gator Bowl. So that'll be a lot of fun. And Frank and I will obviously break down the Campbell deal. and get ready for the Seahawks game.
All right, my brother.
Thank
Sounds
you guys.
good. We'll be listening. You got the Francis Show coming up now, and then you've got Jaguars programming at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Plenty more coming your way here on the Superstation. Thanks to Rebound Rehab. Don't forget, now 12 locations across the First Coast, reboundrehab.com. Big Sirs, Batty, Joe C, and JJ. You got the Francis Show up next.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies.